Today I'm talking about the American actress Anne Heche, who died in 2022 at the age of 53. Anne Heche was an American actress. She was born Anne Celeste Heche on the 25th of May 1969 in Aurora, Ohio, to Donald Joseph Heche and Nancy Heche, whose maiden name was Prickett. She was the youngest of 5 children. Her siblings were Susan, Cynthia, who died as a baby, Nate, and Abigail. She had a bad childhood. The family were a religious family, and her father worked as a choir director in churches. They didn't have much money and kept moving around Ohio. I don't know what I can say on YouTube, but I'm going to spell this out. So her father was physically abusive to the children, and Anne said he was also sexually abusive to her, and he gave her the disease which rhymes with slurpees. The family moved to Ocean City, New Jersey, when Anne was 12 years old. She worked at a hamburger stand and would attract customers by singing songs. Anne's parents split up and her father moved to New York City, where he lived openly as a gay man. He died of AIDS in 1983 at the age of 45. Anne's brother, Nate, died in a car crash when his car hit a tree in the same year when he was 18 years old. She continued to sing in church and worked in dinner theatre. She acted in school plays. When she was 16, a talent scout saw her in a school play and asked her if she would like to audition for the daytime soap opera As the World Turns. She was offered a role but couldn't take it, as it would mean the whole family would have to relocate from Chicago to New York, as she was still a minor. In 1987, she was offered another audition for a daytime soap opera called Another World. She got the part of playing twins. She won the Daytime Emmy Award for Outstanding Young Actress in a Dramatic Series in 1991. She left the soap and appeared in a television movie called Oh Pioneers with Jessica Lange. She had a guest appearance in an episode of the popular TV series Murphy Brown. Theatre roles followed, and she got bit parts in films. Her breakthrough role was in the crime drama movie Donnie Brasco, where she was cast as the wife of the main character, who was played by Johnny Depp, pictured here. She was in supporting roles in the 1997 films Volcano with Tommy Lee Jones, I Know What You Did Last Summer, and Wag the Dog with Robert De Niro and Dustin Hoffman. Anne won the National Board of Review Award for Best Supporting Actress in 1997 for her work in Donnie Brasco and Wag the Dog. Her first lead role in a big movie was in the 1998 film 6 Days, 7 Nights with Harrison Ford. She starred in Return to Paradise with Vince Vaughn. Anne was in a romantic relationship with Ellen DeGeneres. They had met at a Vanity Fair Oscar party in 1997. They were together from 1997 until 2000. This damaged her career, as casting agents wouldn't cast her as a leading lady. She missed out on lots of big opportunities, but still managed to continue working. In 1998, she starred in a remake of Psycho. Here is a poster for the original movie, starring Janet Leigh. She then worked as a director and wrote screenplays. She met a cameraman called Coleman LaFoon, known as Coley, who she had hired to work on her TV documentary, Ellen DeGeneres, American Summer. She broke up with Ellen and got together with Coley. They married in 2001 and had one son, Homer, in 2002. After she had broken up with Ellen, Anne had a mental health episode. She drove herself to a rural area in Fresco County and knocked on the door of a stranger's house. She was just wearing a bra and shorts. The homeowner recognised her. Anne asked if she could have a shower, and the homeowner let her freshen up. The homeowner called the police. Anne was saying she had an inner being called Celestia from a fantasy world called the Fourth Dimension, and she could hear God speaking to her. She was to take everyone to heaven in a spaceship. It was later found that she had taken ecstasy. She met actor James Tupper on the set of the TV series Men in Trees. They were together from 2007 until 2018. They had one son whom they called Atlas in 2009. Other work was the comedy film Cedar Rapids with Ed Helms in 2011. In 2020, she started a podcast with a friend called Better Together. Her last film was the 2022 television movie for the Lifetime channel called Girl in Room 13. On the 5th of August 2022 at 10:35 a.m, Anne visited Glass Hair Design in Venice Beach in Los Angeles, where she bought a red wig. Later, the owner, Richard Glass, said Anne appeared sober. He took a photo with her, and you can find it online. She left the salon and got into her blue Mini Cooper and drove away, then crashed into a garage of an apartment building at around 11 a.m. The residents tried to stop her, but she fled the scene. There is a photo of Anne in the car that was taken at the time. She sped off eastward along Preston Way in the Mar Vista area at about 90 miles per hour. Someone's Ring security camera caught the car speeding along the road. You can view it on YouTube. She narrowly missed hitting a pedestrian and then drove the car into a house at 1766 Walgrove Avenue. The car crashed into the living room wall. It caught on fire and the house caught on fire. Anne was stuck inside the car for about 45 minutes before the firefighters could get her out. There were 59 firefighters at the scene. There is footage which shows she is on a stretcher, and as she is being loaded into the ambulance, she woke up and sat up. So this seemed to indicate there was hope she wasn't too badly injured. She was rushed to a hospital but transferred to the Grossman Burn Center in West Hills, California, because she had suffered second-degree burns on 12% of her body, according to a report in the New York Post. She was placed on life support but was pronounced brain dead at 6:38 p.m. Her life support was turned off on the 11th of August 2022, 6 days after the crash. Her organs were donated. She died from smoke inhalation and thermal injuries, and she had a fracture in her sternum, which is the breastbone. Her autopsy found there had been prior use of cocaine and cannabis, but that she wasn't high on drugs at the time of the crash and she wasn't drunk. Fentanyl was found in her system, but it was discovered she had been given this at the hospital. There is a conspiracy theory that her car, which was electric, had been taken over remotely and that her death wasn't an accident. The reason was to do with her work on her last film, Girl in Room 13, which is based on a true story about sex trafficking. But if this was true, then why didn't she seek help after the first crash into the garage, when people were trying to stop her and help her? Did she deliberately crash into the house as a way of ending her life in a similar way as her brother's death? Would she do that and leave her two young sons who were only 20 and 13 years of age? Did she pass out for some reason and her foot stayed pressed down on the accelerator pedal? Did she have a mental health episode and her inner being, Celestia, resurfaced? Lynn Michelle was the tenant of the house, who ran her own home organisation business. She miraculously survived the disaster because she, her two dogs, Bree and Reuben, and tortoise Marley, were at the back of the house. The fire was burning for more than an hour and she lost her possessions. A GoFundMe campaign raised money for her and it reached over $180,000. The actual owners of the house were John and Jennifer Durand. Anne was cremated and her ashes were placed into a wall crypt in the Cathedral Mausoleum in Hollywood Forever Cemetery in Hollywood, Los Angeles. Well, that was awful, wasn't it? Why do you think she was driving so fast? If you like this video, please like, share, subscribe, press the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!